Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
You could be driving
smooth handling and smart interior styling. Just two reasons why the all-new Honda CR-V was once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come see your new CR-V today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hello and welcome as we start another edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your little bitty slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you and yours. We start today's show with news out of the neighboring great state of Texas. As you well know, Texas has become ground zero in the invasion of illegal immigration into this country. Millions upon millions of individuals waiting or walking across our southern border, draining resources and literally altering the voting population in this country. After numerous outcries and the abject failure of the Biden-Harris administration to secure our southern border, two states, Texas and Arizona, have now taken it upon themselves to secure their own border. Governor Greg Abbott in Texas this week, starting out the process of laying down floating barriers in the Rio Grande, one of the choke points, the hot spots where folks are just streaming across our border. And as you might imagine, shows you just how serious the White House and Washington is about stopping this invasion in our country. They have now announced that they are going to sue the state of Texas for putting up this floating barrier across the Rio Grande. The White House spokesperson, Abdullah Hassan, said the following, quote, Governor Abbott's dangerous and unlawful actions are undermining our effective border enforcement plan and making it hard for the Congressional Border Patrol to do their job securing the border. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Governor Abbott's dangerous and unlawful actions are undermining our effective border enforcement plan. So let me get this straight. Millions of people streaming across the border, trafficking illegal narcotics, trafficking women and children with no end in sight, and this floating barrier is endangering your effective border enforcement? You know, maybe it's an age thing. As I get older in life, I have come to the realization that I would much rather and would ultimately have more respect for an individual if you just came out and spat in my face. I can respect that because you are taking actions on your position. But to sit there and say something like, the governor, in protecting the border of his state and the legal residents that reside there, his actions are stopping us from our enforcement plan. You have no plan other than just letting willy-nilly, whoever will, let them in. Of course, now, this really shouldn't surprise you all that much, because after all, this is the same White House that sued the state of Arizona when they started putting up their own wall of shipping containers to stop the influx across their border. And of course, the White House sued them as well. And yet, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Karine Jean-Pierre will look you square in your face and tell you how committed they are to securing our southern border. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would think that our government, the federal government, wants this to happen. But no, that would never be the case, would it? You are going to sue two states and the governors for doing their job after you blatantly refuse to do your job. I guess, in hindsight, I guess you could give the White House a little bit of credit because, after all, he did take an oath of office to defend this country from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. So they have no problem with criminals, be they native born or illegal. And sadly, the longer this continues unabated, the more resources the White House will commandeer and divert from legal Americans to people here illegally. Just last week, it leaked out that the White House wants Obamacare for illegal immigrants. Now, you do realize, do you not, who's going to pay for this? Those folks that walked across, swam across, flew across our borders illegally are not paying taxes to support this unwarranted, and I would argue, illegal hijacking of taxpayer dollars. Of course, now, it's been a long time since the federal government has really cared a whole lot about illegally using our taxpayer dollars. Just this weekend, report is issued that of the billions of dollars in aid that we are sending to Ukraine, millions and millions and millions of dollars of equipment is now in the hands of criminals and gangs of criminals in Ukraine and other countries. Your tax dollars hard at work. Fortunately, for the great state of Texas, when the White House announced, we're going to sue Texas, putting up this floating barrier in the river. Fortunately for the good people of Texas, Governor Abbott sent a very terse reply to the Biden-Harris White House saying, oh, well, see you in court. You know, y'all, I don't know how much longer the American public is going to stand by and watch these people literally spit in the face of the American public. At some point, y'all, if we don't wake up, by the time we do, it will be entirely too late. That is just an observation. First break of today's show. When we come back, second segment, Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. And you know what that means, right? Yep. If you don't know, here's the nutshell synopsis. We've got a segment that we have introduced in direct response, and you hear about it all the time, to the ever-increasing, expanding, exploding level of stupid, not just in this country, but all around the planet. We call it, now that's just stupid. That's next when we continue this edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
You could be driving a Honda.
Improved from the front grille to the tailgate and equipped to take you on the adventure of a lifetime, the ride is just different in this new Pilot seat. Come see the all-new 2023 Honda Pilot, now on sale at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements, and that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to this edition of the Clarence Bug Show. In response to the ever-growing level of stupidity in our country, we have dedicated second segment of every Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show to stupidity. Now, the graphic on screen shows you we're not talking normal, everyday STUPID. What we're talking about here requires a new word with its own spelling, as in, now that's just stupid. We start on the left coast. This past weekend, Colin Kaepernick posts a video on social media of him throwing passes at Nike's headquarters in Oregon. The guys catching the passes included wide receivers from the Patriots, the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Titans, and the Saints. And of course, Kaepernick, intimates that I'm ready to come back to the NFL. First and foremost, the guy's now 35 years old, has not played competitive football for 7 years. But more important, this is the same guy who likened the NFL to slaves on a plantation. Remember the whole take a knee thing? America's systemically racist. And now you want to come back and be a slave? Funny how that works, isn't it? He is Colin Kaepernick, a self-avowed anti-capitalist. So let me get this straight. Not only do you want to come back to the plantation, but you also want an NFL team to sign you so that you can take part in a capitalistic situation, making money for playing football and selling merchandise, but you are a self-avowed anti-capitalist. You know, Marty and I have developed a saying over the years. Don't listen to what they say. Just watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. Just watch what they do. Now, you know what this is, right? You can smell this one a mile away. This is just another attempt at 35, not having played in 7 years. This is an opportunity where when they don't sign me, it's going to be because I'm black and y'all need to send me some more money so I can carry on the fight. That's all this is. Pure and simple. While he continues to fulfill his contract with Nike. Now, maybe I'm mistaken, but the last time I checked, isn't Nike involved heavily in capitalism? You're an anti-capitalist, but still under contract to Nike. Like I said before, don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. And if they're liberals, like this clown, 9 times out of 10, it's stupid. Secondly, CNN LOL decided last week we need to get out and do some actual investigative reporting. So what did they do? They went to San Francisco to delve into the retail theft running rampant in that city. San Francisco, by the way, one of the trendsetters for places like Walgreens, where when you walk in the store, every single thing is locked up. It's behind glass with lock and key. And when you stand there and look at it and decide, I think I'll buy this, you get the pleasure of going and finding an employee who has the key to unlock the merchandise. So CNN shows up at a Walgreens to do a report on what is allegedly all of this retail theft. In the 30 minutes that they were there, they witnessed 3 brazen retail thefts. People walk in, load up their bags with stuff, and then walk out. In 30 minutes, 3 times. And of course, they were shocked to see what's going on. So they went to the store's management to say, excuse us, we just saw in the last 30 minutes, 3 times people came in, loaded up on stuff, and just walked out. And management was like, just 3? That's all? Wow, today's going to be a good day. In 30 minutes, only 3 people came in, loaded up stuff, and walked out. Come to find out, that location of Walgreens, typically on an average day, there are 30 instances of people walking in, loading up on stuff, and walking out. And of course, San Francisco was leading the charge in what? Defunding the police. Now I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm a light fellow, so I can, walk out on a pretty thin limb where some people can't go without having to worry about it break. But I'll take a guess here. Maybe, just maybe, in all of this push to defund the police, maybe you sent a message to the criminal element that we're not serious about stopping crime, and you now have the green light. Hence, on an average day, 30 people walk in this one store, load up on stuff, and walk out. And you are still defunding the police? STOOPID. Stupid. Finally, there's a new trend sweeping America. You may have seen it. It's called loud quitting. This is where a person decides they're going to quit their job. And instead of simply, as we old folk used to do, turning in a letter of resignation, you get on social media and let everybody know, I'm telling these fools where they can get off. I'm quitting. I'm leaving. So now all sorts of experts have had to come out and say, y'all might not want to do this because, well, a number of reasons. Number one, if you've already acquired an offer for another job, there's a good possibility that the management, ownership at the new job, they're pretty savvy about social media, and if they see your post, the first thing they're going to say is, well, I don't know if we need to hire this person or not, because if things don't work out here, they're going to do the same thing to us that they just did to the last job. You know, I get it. I'm old-fashioned. I don't have any problem with it. But my parents, God bless them, always taught us, when you leave a job, leave in a manner that you can come back if you need to. Posting on social media, these low-down so-and-sos, I can't wait to get the bleep out of here, is not going to endear you to future employment. Of course, if you couldn't figure that out, STOOPID. You just stupid. You know what else is stupid, y'all? In all seriousness. With the uncertainty of life these days, if you have not yet taken that first step toward getting your final arrangements in order, I've got a great recommendation for you. Come on out here to Old School Barbecue Thursday, this Thursday, the 27th. Come on out for 11, watch the live taping of the show, and after that, our dear friend Lee Serio is going to buy you lunch. And after lunch, after the taping of the show, he'll take all of your questions free of charge on exactly what his services are and how they can benefit you. We were supposed to, Marty, have a graphic. I see him on the headset talking to the truck, inviting folks to come on out on the 27th. That's this Thursday. I know that for a lot of you, this is not comfortable. But the fact of the matter is, Lee Serio is one of the easiest people on the planet to talk about. He knows the business inside and out. And with his connections with over 2,000 funeral homes all across America, no detail is too large and no detail is too small. He's easy to talk to, and he knows the business inside and out. This is your opportunity, y'all, in a casual setting, free of charge, and he'll buy you lunch on top of that. Now, how good is that? Thursday, the 27th, starts at 11. Come on in, secure your seat, and get ready to start the process of giving your family the peace of mind that they deserve. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, some Louisiana news. That's next when we continue the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Come see the all-new Mazda CX-90, now on sale at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. In Louisiana news, a couple of things, caught my eye last week and over the weekend. And while I applaud the effort, I've got to wonder how effective it can be. Or maybe more aptly put, it leaves me wondering if this will be anywhere near as effective as it could be. The organization 100 Black Men, announcing roughly a week and change ago that they are actively putting financial resources into helping children in the EBR school system and literacy concerns. ExxonMobil, meanwhile, announced a couple days ago that in the next 3 years, they will be donating $1 million to the East Baton Rouge Parish Public School System in an effort to improve the efficiency of our schools. They listed in the article X amount of dollars out of this $1 million for additional teacher training, X amount of dollars out of this $1 million towards increasing resources for students in the schools, etc., etc., etc. After reading these two articles, while applauding them for the effort, it left me wondering. So I had to go back and scour both articles again to see maybe I just missed it. But there's no mention in there of resources to help the parents, particularly parents that didn't graduate from high school or parents that barely graduated from high school and now have children in the public school system. There's an old saying, you don't know what you don't know. If you don't know something, more than likely, you don't realize that you don't know it. And here's where it's important. All these extra resources in the classroom, all these extra resources for the teachers, what happens when that child, after benefiting that day from those additional resources, gets home and needs help? You follow me? With every passing day, I thank God for the wonderful parents that I had. And I think back to times when I'm doing homework and I run across a word that I have no idea what this word is or what it means. So I would go to either my mom or dad and say, Mom, Dad, what is this word? The first thing that my mother would do is say, let's sound it out. We would break it down phonetically into individual, what's the word I'm looking for? The thing. I couldn't resist it. I'm sorry. Individual syllables. Is that what you said, Dal? He did too? Great audience. Smart audience. She would break it down into individual syllables. Then she would say, okay, now that you know how to pronounce the word, based on how it is used in this sentence, what do you think it means? Then I'd have to figure out, okay, is it a noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective? How is this word used in this sentence? That will tell me what the definition is. After I would give her my best guess in that regard, my mother would then say, okay, go get the dictionary. Look up the word in the dictionary. The very first thing they do for every word is give you the phonetic spelling and breakdown according to syllables. That way, automatically, I know whether or not I've got the correct pronunciation, and I then proceed to the definition to see if my observation lines up with what the official dictionary says this word means. But had my parents not been educated people, I would not have had that benefit of their experience at home. The same holds true for all this additional money that we're now about to put into helping teachers and students at school. But if they don't have those sorts of resources to lean on at home, well, Houston, we're still going to have a problem. I can only hope. And again, I applaud 100 Black men. I applaud ExxonMobil for putting their resources out there to help the teachers and the students. But y'all, if we don't help the parents at home, the parents who cannot help their children, we will not be anywhere near as efficient as we could be. Just an observation. Speaking of observations, in the last 4 or 5 days, there have been 2 additional instances, actually 3. One was a bicyclist, the other 2 were pedestrians that were hit and killed while out walking along a highway. I asked Marty this morning, I said, man, is it just me? And he said, probably, before I could even finish the sentence. Is it just me? Or are we witnessing more and more pedestrian deaths here in South Louisiana being hit by cars? And he said, no, it's not just you, man. And listen, y'all, I get it. Having gone through this not long ago, I probably pay more attention to it than the average person. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, a little over a month or so ago, I'm standing outside, getting ready to go in the house, and clear out of the blue, I hear the most horrendous crash I've ever heard in my life. No brakes squealing, no tires swerving, just clear out of the blue. An impact I will never forget. And I'm sitting there going, what in God's name was that out in front of the house? So I'm sitting there debating, do I need to go out here and see what happened? Immediately, Satan jumps in the conversation. All right, Mr. Conservative, Mr. Do the right thing. What happens if you go out there trying to help, see if there's something you can do? What happens if you get hurt or killed? Right then, my late father, God bless him, clear as a bell in my head, my late father said, son, do the right thing. So I'm debating. Do I go? Do I stay? Do I leave this for somebody else? And then it happened. My late mother played the middle name card on me. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. There's, for some of you, it's the whole name. When your parents call you by your first, middle, and last name, oh, you know it's serious. You know it. My late mother, clear as the nose on my face, said, Ramel, my middle name. Ramel, you know you have to go, don't you? It was so clear, y'all, in my head, I said out loud, I know, Mama. I'm going. So I start walking. I get out to the street. I'm expecting to see maybe somebody was moving, had a chest of drawers or a boudoir or something on the back of the truck that just fell off. So I'm expecting to see just stuff everywhere. There's nothing. And as I get closer to the road, I look down and there's a hat and a shoe. And immediately I said, oh my God, Jesus, no. I look a little further over. There's a blanket laying flat in the road. I can see there's nothing under the blanket. No bumps, no lumps, no nothing. So I grab it, toss it in the median. A little further up, I see something that I cannot figure out. What in the world is this? As I get closer to it, I realize this looks like a pair of pants and a jacket. In the meantime, cars are still whizzing by me, doo-doom, doo-doom, as they run over this stuff in the road. I get maybe 6 to 10 feet away from this clump of stuff in the road that I'm watching cars run over. And I realize this looks like a body. There's an old saying, some things once seen cannot be unseen. At this point, I've got my cell phone out. I'm on the phone with 911. I've got the flashlight on. And I'm looking at what I now know is probably a body. Thank you, God, that he did not let me see that man's face. Because some things, once seen, cannot be unseen. The number of times that this poor man had been run over, had I been so unfortunate as to see his face, every time I closed my eyes for the rest of my life, I would have seen that man's face. Instead, God enabled me to look down, and I saw a hand underneath the body, twisted in a grotesque fashion. If y'all were with me for that show, you know that I publicly apologized to the 911 operator, because bless her heart, she was just doing her job. She's telling me, sir, I need you to confirm that this is a body. I need you to confirm that it's a body. When I saw that hand, I lost it, y'all. I'm not embarrassed to say, I lost it. I told that 911 dispatcher, ma'am, it's a body. I'm looking at the effing hand. I lost it. It gave me an entirely new appreciation for our first responders and what they do every single day. I say all that to say this, y'all. Be aware when you drive. Both of these individuals that I referenced, one in Livingston, one in Ascension, recently, pedestrians killed by motorists, both were wearing dark clothing. Probably not a well-lit area. And to their credit, the motorist just didn't see them. Some things seen cannot be unseen. I would not wish what I went through on anybody. Fortunately, God was with me and did not let me see that poor man's face. Thank you, God. Love you for that. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and wrap up the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements, and that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads and Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads and Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads and Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads and Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, if you pay attention to things, there is truly merit to following your gut. I've learned after 40-some years of doing this to trust my gut, because very seldom does it lead me wrong. And with every passing day, we find more and more instances of things where we go, aha, I knew something wasn't right about this from the beginning. This weird story out of Atlanta of the woman who claimed she was following a toddler in a diaper alongside a roadway and ended up being kidnapped. Disappeared for a couple of days. All folks across America were putting yellow ribbons on the mailboxes and sending up prayers on her behalf that she would be returned safely to her family, only to find out later on that she made it all up. It was one of those Jussie Smollett moments for me. You know how when you see something, you read something, and you can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something in the back of your head going, something not right about this. Exactly. Bullshit. One of those things. Well, now we find out it was all made up. Obviously, this young woman has some things going on in her life. And it's so tragic that no one intimately involved with her saw this coming ahead of time. Meaning, typically, people don't just do stuff like this clear out of the blue. Normally, there are some signs, if you're paying attention, that something's not quite right with this person. Listen, y'all, in the wake of the COVID-19 lockdowns and the damage to the collective psyche of America, if you see something, say something. We are no longer living in an age where you have the luxury of saying, well, you know, that so-and-so, that Marty, he's always been a little quirky. Maybe it's just that. Nowadays, you no longer have that luxury, y'all. The person you see today that you're thinking is, they're just quirky like that. That's tomorrow's mass shooter. The person you see today that you go, he asked me out for a drink, but I don't think I want to go that route. That's tomorrow's serial killer. And the fact of the matter is, again, more often than not, people that engage in this sort of thing give us some signs, some symptoms, a warning in advance. The only question is, are we astute enough to pick it up? We may never know exactly how much mental health damage was done to this country from the COVID-19 lockdowns. It may be years, decades, before we ever figure this out. But in the meantime, mental illness does not take a holiday, y'all. There are some obvious things going on in this young woman's head. To perpetrate a hoax like this that went nationwide, only to find out that it was all a ruse. Hopefully, that young lady will get the help that she needs. Just an observation. That being said, my time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But if you're a regular, you already know the drill. This day, maybe more so than any other day in history, I give it to you. You are 100% correct. America, we are not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is, and God knows there is no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Best news you gonna get all day. There ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you soon. God bless. Appreciate you, Marty.